Hi, good morning. Welcome back to Mike Makes It. You're probably guessing what this video is going to be all about. Yeah, the Defender's decided, no, it's time for a new battery, and I'm going to let you down. And that's exactly what's been happening. The Defender's not been starting up. I suspect one of the cells in the battery is failing. It will take a full charge. It just, when you try to draw any current from it, i.e. starting the car itself, it drops down to 8 to 9 volts. It's just not playing. Luckily, I've got one of these Noco Booster 2000 amp lithium ion cell booster, which you simply put across the battery terminals, switch the Noco booster on and turn the ignition, and you're up and running straight away. I didn't buy it for myself. I bought it because my son was having a problem with his Vauxhall about 18 months ago, so it helped him out, and I've never used it since. I'm really glad I did have it though. I've managed to start the truck every time I needed to go to work while I was waiting for the battery to turn up. Right, the order of the day now is to install a battery into the truck, but that's not quite so easy as it makes out. I'll take you over to the truck and you'll see why. This is what I mean, it's going to be a bit more awkward. This is looking under the passenger seat of the Defender, where the battery lives. Normally there's a large gap to the left of the battery, depending on which way you're looking, and you can put a secondary battery in there if you wished. I didn't do that. I chose to put a compressor in there. That's for the deployable steps you've seen on earlier videos. I'll put a link in. Link's going to be in throughout the video. So basically what I've got to do is remove the compressor. Hopefully I can get that out, and there's enough room to slide the battery in and out, but it's quite a long battery. But yeah, it should be good. I did do a few tests on it before I've gone ahead and actually bought a new one. I made sure it wasn't drawing excess current when most things were turned off. The steps draw about 20 milliamps in a quiescent mode, i.e. the ignition's off, doors are all locked. I used one of these again this earlier video, you'll see one of them. Just popped that round the main power cable to see what we were drawing, and it claimed about 25 milliamps. I'm going to do a better test when I got the new battery in. Before I actually put the positive terminal on, I'll just double check what current we are drawing. It could be a rogue switch, something's been left switched on, but I don't think so. I'm fairly happy that the battery just died. It's 4.5-year-old battery. I fitted it just after I'd had the truck, so that must be how long I've had the truck, I guess, 4.5 years now. So right, we'll get that battery out and the new one in. Maybe before I change the battery, I'll just show you the Noco booster in action. Very, very simple to use. Let me just demo the car before anything's connected. I put the ignition on, let the glow plugs warm up. Here we go. So, probably can hear that. That's all the relays, everything else working or trying to work in the car, but fails. So yeah, we're not starting. So it's pretty obvious, I think. I believe they say connect the positive terminal first. I stand to be corrected on that. Negative terminal here. And Noco claim this is a no spark type device. In other words, there's no power going through the cables at the minute. Very, very good quality leads. Not very long, but they're long enough for what we want. So yeah, no spark, reverse polarity, 2000 amp capacity. You can charge mobile phones up and a multitude of other things from here. It acts as a battery pack. You've got a light in the end. If you press the button there, 7 different modes they claim. So we'll turn that off. There you go. And to operate the device, basically you push this button, lights will come on, it'll analyze the battery, make sure you got it round the right way, make sure everything's happy. This light will come on to say, yeah, I'm ready to boost the car. So here we go, let's have another go. Turn in the ignition, just letting the glow plugs warm up. Here we go, just like that. So let's turn the engine off. As far as I'm concerned, that's a fantastic device. It really has saved me. I managed to go to work on 4 shifts just relying on the NOCO to start me up. Probably not the best way of doing it, but yeah, it got me here. But now all I gotta do, switch him off, and you pull the cables off. No sparks. Like if you were jump starting from a battery, you can't help but have a spark on it. If you've got a battery from another car, you're running the cables over, you're gonna get a power transfer when you connect one of the last cable on. You don't have that with a NOCO. So yeah, really good. I'll put description to the NOCO. I'll put a link in the description to the NOCO booster, so you can have a little look if you wish. But yeah, thoroughly recommend one of them. Anyhow, order of the day. Let's get this battery out. There we got a lot of space there. That's the old battery out. Not a lot of room, but yep, obviously it came out okay. There's the old one. 4.5 years use out of that. I've got one of these Endurolines. Never heard of them, but I got 4-year warranty, so we'll give that a go. So I'm hoping it's going to be at least 4 years till I've got to do all this again. But let's get the old one in and do that test I told you about. Right, we've got the battery back in, bit of a tight fit, but nevertheless it's in, bolted in. I'm doing the quiescent current test. It's a bit higher than I'd like. Put the camera down there. I'm just putting the meter in on the battery now, measuring in series current. Give it a couple of seconds just to settle down. The ECU clicks about, does a few bits and bobs, but with no ignition turned on, with it absolutely everything switched off, including the step electronics disconnected, we're measuring 60 milliamps. Now that's a bit higher than I'd like, but with a Land Rover, I'm not sure how much you should be drawing. I'd like less than that. If I can find the fuse, I'm going to power up the step, or the electronics to the step, and we'll have another measure, and you can see we're like 120. It does settle down about 120, 110 milliamps. So we kind of double what the quiescent current is. Now I'd like to see less than 20 milliamps, but we're not getting that. I'll have to take advice. I'll talk to a few people with the Land Rovers and see what they're drawing when everything's switched off. But basically the battery's back in there. It'll fire up fine, I know now. I'm just concerned with that quiescent current draw, whether that's knocking the battery about. It could do long term, so I'll just need to investigate that. But that's what I wanted to do today. Got the battery back in the truck. We're all fired up. It does work okay. The only concern I have is a quiescent current, so I'll look into that and I can feed back to you if it is a problem. But basically, it's 50-60 milliamps as Land Rover designed it, as far as I can tell, and I'm doubling that by, I'll show you now. Well, there's a control circuit. It's all gone dim because I've turned I've disconnected the meter, but that's control circuitry for the compressor, so that's taking a little bit more power than I'd like. I can modify that. You've got a buck boost converter in there that's taken 12 volts up to 24 for the actuators that are situated all the way down there, so I can do away with that, but I need to change the actuators to 12 volt. But we'll see what other people think on various forums I'm on for the Land Rover. And yeah, anyhow, for today, that's the video over. Battery in, truck's going to be up and running again. Anyhow, thanks for watching.